Please be seated.
Tēnei te karanga o ahumairangi te maunga, awa kairangi te awa, me te whānau o te herena waka ki a koutou katoa. Nau mai, haere mai, haere mai rā.
O tēnei kora whiua! Aue!
poe, tēnei mātou e mihi atu ki a koutou mā. Kua rongo koutou i te karana o hine nui te poe. Haere atu rā ki te ao ko atu ki a rātou mā i tātari ana ki a koutou. Takoto mai roto i nā ringa manaaki o tō tātou kaihanga e. Haere, haere, haere atu rā.
Te renga waka! Ire! O te renga waka! Ire! Kale wakariki! Kale wakariki! Tuku a maki a piri! Tuku a maki a kata! Heke maki unu ite kai pai ka pū! Warangi a hukai!
I nā manu taiko e whai ana te paita whiti ki a tata e. Tēnei tō whānau e tūpoho keruru ana ki a koutou katoa. Tukuna te ke te mātauranga, kia rere ki uta, kia rere ki tai, kia rarona te kato, kia tau ki te whenua. Haere mai rā, haere mai rā, haere mai rā.
O hairunga hairaro! Hiha! Hiha! O hairunga hairaro! Hiha! Hiha! Hale mai! Hale mai! Ki taku hui! Hei! Wau taina! Hei! Wau taina! Hei! Wau taina! Ai, wai a te mo tuki! Runga te marai! Te tau nei! Wau te loko we! Wau te rangi e! Wau te rangi e! Wau te loko we! Ia! Ha ha! Wau te tiro whanai! Wai! Wapai ngā tana waka! Haue! 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 Ha! Haue! 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 Ha!
Anei rā te whānau o te herena waka, nā mātou te honore hei mihi atu ki a koutou katoa. Nau mai, haere mai, haere mai rā.
Te renga waka! Ire! O te renga waka! Ire! Kale wakariki! Kale wakariki! Tuku a maki a piri! Tuku a maki a kata! Heke maki unu ite pai pai ka pū! Warangi a hukai! Kia mau!
Puhu mai roto i te poho i tēnei whare, i raro i te manaakitanga o tō tātou kaihanga e. Nau mai, haere mai, whakatau mai rā.
Graduates, please be seated. I ngā iho o ngā maunga whakahi, nā mātā waka o ngā tōpito katoa o te ao. Tōia mai o koutou waka kia whakanui ai, ngā ākona ka whakawhiwhia ki a rātou tohu i tēnei rā. Nau mai ki te herenga waka, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Friends, whānau, welcome to our Te Herenga Waka, Victoria University of Wellington graduation ceremony. Before we commence the formal ceremony, there are a couple of announcements and acknowledgements I would like to make. Firstly, if you haven't already downloaded your official graduation program, the QR code is on the screen now. This will become a record of the event, but also assist you with the procedures for this ceremony and other information. Now this afternoon, we'd like to encourage you to capture the moments that matter to you and share them with your friends and whānau who couldn't be here today. If you'd like your memories to be part of a wider celebration across the motu, tag us to be featured on billboards in Wellington, Auckland and Christchurch. Our handles are on the screen now. But first, let's capture a memory together. Can I have the house lights, please? Grab your phone and let's take a selfie with the person next to you. Ka pai, house lights down. Don't forget, when you upload your socials, tag the university so we can see you on the billboards in town. Just some acknowledgements. Thank you to trumpeters Lena Krakowiak, Abby Lindsay and Thomas Metz with Dishan Chu on piano for their performance of Processional Fanfare by Douglas Lilburn. And thank you to Ngai Tauira Kapahaka for welcoming our graduates into the auditorium. I would also like to thank our band this afternoon, Pacifica Tune. We will now sing the national anthem. The words will appear on the screens. The singing will be led by Charlotte Secker, accompanied by Desian Chiu on the piano. Please stand and welcome Charlotte and Desian. Please be seated. Tēnā koutou, good afternoon and welcome to this graduation ceremony for Oroariki, Wellington School of Business and Government. I am Professor Rawania Higgins, Deputy Vice-Chancellor Māori and Kaitiakitanga, and your MC for this ceremony. I am delighted you could join us this afternoon to celebrate the achievements of your family member, friend or colleague. As well as being proud spectators, you are also formal witnesses to these official proceedings. A very warm welcome also to whānau and friends throughout Aotearoa and from across the globe, viewing these proceedings via our live stream. I would now like to introduce to you the Chancellor of Te Herenga Waka, Victoria University of Wellington. This is a role that dates back to the Middle Ages when the first universities were established. The Chancellor is the Chair of the University Council, which is the governing body responsible for setting the university's strategic direction. Nō reira, e te whakamenenga, nei rā te manukura o Te Herenga Waka, the Chancellor, Alan Judge.
Ena mana, ena reo, era rangatera mā. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Lalofo lava, melo alele, and warm Pacific greetings. Welcome, distinguished guests, Te Herenga Waka staff, family, whānau, friends, and of course especially to you, our graduates. It gives me great pleasure to speak to you all as we gather to celebrate a significant milestone in your lives. But first, on your behalf, I'd like to thank our staff, some of whom are sitting behind me, for their commitment to impart knowledge, act as mentors, and provide day-to-day support, which has resulted in you sitting here before us today as graduates. So can I ask you to take this opportunity to put your hands together to thank the university staff. Today, we're not only here to acknowledge your academic achievements and watch you cross the stage to collect your qualification, but to recognise your perseverance and resilience in completing your studies at a time when we're encountering many different challenges that will shape this generation for years to come. The rise of artificial intelligence presents both opportunities and some ethical dilemmas. Climate change is an urgent crisis that demands innovation and action to protect our planet. Social movements are amplifying voices for justice, equality, and human rights, and show the power of collective action. We are living in an increasingly polarised world with political, cultural, and social divisions growing. I know some of you would have faced well-being challenges. All of you have faced the increased cost of living and education. Many of you have worked significant hours in paid jobs while balancing your studies, and given the Wellington winter, likely living in some cold, damp flats that weren't suitable for parent visitation. However, your qualification and personal resilience places you as the next generation of our workforce, our future leaders and innovators, in a strong position to address both personal and societal challenges with creativity, empathy, and determination. During your time at Te Herenga Waka, Victoria University of Wellington, you have forged friendships that have sustained you through late-night study sessions, challenging exams, and possibly also some moments of self-doubt. These friendships are not just fleeting connections, but enduring bonds that will continue to support you as you navigate the complexities of life. Cherish and nurture these relationships, for they are the foundation of your personal and professional networks. The values you will have cultivated during your time at university, integrity, perseverance, and empathy, will support you through life. Your values are not static. They will evolve throughout your lifetime, but I encourage you to actively uphold and reinforce your values over time. By living our values, we contribute to a more ethical and compassionate world. The rise of autocratic leaders in the world reminds us that the continuation of the democratic tradition is not a given. Your education has equipped you with the knowledge and skills to be informed and active citizens. Use your voices to advocate for justice, equality, and environmental stewardship. Make sure you vote in the election this November, because by participating in the democratic process, we ensure that Aotearoa New Zealand, although not perfect, still remains a vibrant, resilient, inclusive and thriving society. There's a lot of negative sentiment around. At times this can be overwhelming, as we're fed a menu of constant negative news on the state of our economy, geopolitical tensions and dislocation in societies. So it's important for you to understand what activities and communities provide you with the space for human interaction, a sense of optimism, and time for reflection. For me, it's immersion in the visual arts and tramping in the mountains, but it could be as simple as a meal with family or friends or playing sport. Whatever it is for you, leave space for those activities that allow you to connect with others and be optimistic about the future. You should view AI as an opportunity, not a threat. At Victoria University, you have practiced critical thinking, allowing you to be the driver rather than the passenger when using AI. But remember, it's forming relationships, building connections by the use of emotional intelligence and work ethic when paired with subject-based knowledge that are the foundation for success. What makes me optimistic is the wave of talent graduating from Victoria University each year. And before we close this graduation ceremony, you will hear from distinguished Victoria University alumni who have made outstanding contributions to society. And of course, sitting in front of me today and about to cross the stage are individuals who will make an outstanding contribution to whānau, to community, to New Zealand, and on the global stage. So yes, I am optimistic about the future. As we celebrate your graduation today and reflect on your time at Te Herenga Waka and in Wellington, reflect on your values, the relationships that you have built here, and be proud of your achievements and be optimistic about the future. You are now one of our 140,000 graduates worldwide. Welcome, congratulations, enjoy this moment. Ngā mihi nui.
The Chancellor will now recognise the graduates as listed in the graduation program. Will all degree, diploma and certificate graduates please stand? That's all of you.
I, Alan Judge, Chancellor of Te Herenga Waka Victoria University of Wellington, would like to formally recognise the persons whose names are entered into the presentation of graduates, the degrees, diplomas and certificates they're appearing, and confirm they have been admitted to these degrees, diplomas and certificates in this university. Congratulations to you all. As graduates, you may now put on your trenchers.
Graduates, please be seated. We now move on to honouring the graduates listed in the program. Each graduate will be called to the stage to be congratulated, beginning with the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. The Vice-Chancellor, Professor Nick Smith, will read the summaries. The Chancellor will congratulate these graduates.
Today is a day of hope and excitement, and like the Chancellor, I am also extraordinarily optimistic. I like to think that perhaps watching from her 9th floor office the parade of talent steeped in governance and business, it was the excitement that the Minister of Finance might have shared when she went down to the Beehive Theaterette just over an hour ago to release the budget early. But what we have today, and the examples who will walk across the stage, is a much longer term and more profound investment. It's an investment in knowledge, creativity, and diverse ways of understanding the world. The research projects that our PhD graduates have done are one of the key contributions this university makes to society. Our doctoral graduates have achieved academically at the very highest level. Their research has provided insights into some of the major questions that society faces. As the Chancellor has highlighted, in our contemporary world, it's increasingly difficult to separate expertise and opinion, and yet these graduates have spent several years learning their craft to do exactly that. They can help us understand the past, the present, and possible futures. They're independent thinkers and makers who are active and engaged global citizens. We are very proud to know them. The short citations that I will now share give only a glimpse of the impact and innovation of their work. They do, however, show the significant issues the next generation of scholars, professionals, and teachers are pursuing. Would the Doctors of Philosophy please come forward? Yosef Abdul-Yadwan. Yosef's research examines the long-term impacts of the 2010 Christchurch earthquakes on productivity, income, migration, and offending behaviour. Using large administrative databases from Statistics New Zealand, his study applied advanced econometric methods to understand how major natural disasters shape economic outcomes and social behaviour over time in New Zealand. Chancellor, I present Yosef Abdul-Jawad to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Economics. Boniface Yushaka Adira. Effective digital leadership is the cornerstone for implementing successful digital transformation in the public sector, especially for digital transformation at speed and scale. Bonnie's research examined the digital leadership competencies that underpin effective digital leadership and how digital leadership competencies are distributed across all job roles in an organisation and across the public sector. Chancellor, I present Boniface Yushaka Adie to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Information Systems. Alison Day. LGBTQ+ representation in cultural heritage institutions is essential for validating queer communities' contributions to the national narrative. Alison examined institutional collecting and donating practices that perpetuate queer invisibility in cultural heritage collections. Alison's research identifies ways institutions can build sustainable relationships with queer communities and independent queer archives to support more inclusive collecting practices and improved queer representation. Chancellor, I present Alison Day to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Information Studies. Lorena De Bono. Lorena studied social mobility between generations, focusing on how measuring outcomes at different life stages can bias estimates. She applied a correction method to address this bias and used it with New Zealand income and criminal data. Her findings show mobility is often underestimated and reveal stronger persistence in income and criminal behaviour across generations. Chancellor, I present Lorena De Bono to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Economics. Alina Hayder. Alina critically reviewed a well-known leadership theory called leader-member exchange. She found that it has significant shortcomings, leaving out negative and difficult interpersonal experiences with leaders and not fully considering employees' perspectives. She proposed a pathway to revise this theory based on her interviews, surveys and focus groups with workers across New Zealand and India. Chancellor, I present Alina Hayder to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Management. Mehdi Hassan. Mehdi studied how privacy concerns influence the use of wearable health trackers. He surveyed over 500 users to understand their concerns and continued usage intentions. He discovered that feeling at risk increases concerns, which then decreases intentions to continue using the device. Surprisingly, the right to delete option makes people more cautious, but confidence in others who share data encourages them to continue. His findings offer practical guidance for designing safer wearable devices. Chancellor, I present Mehdi Hassan to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Marketing. Shumeng Liu. We live in an era of selective deglobalisation and rising geopolitical tensions. Shumeng Liu examined how government policies influence the sourcing strategies of US multinational enterprises between 2019 and 2023. Her research shows that firms must balance geopolitical pressures and economic efficiency to succeed in a changing global economy. Chancellor, I present Shumeng Liu to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in International Business. Nastaran Muhammad Hussain. Nastaran explored how organisations can create real value using augmented reality. She studied how people use this technology in workplaces and why many organisations struggle to adopt it. Nastaran developed practical tools that help organisations identify useful applications and turn augmented reality from an exciting idea into real benefits. Chancellor, I present Nastaran Mohammed Hussaini to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Information Systems. Hassan Mustafa. Computational propaganda is where computational means are used to influence and manipulate opinions and actions. Hassan's research proposes a conceptual framework to understand that influence by mapping relationships between actors, content, and dissemination methods. His work presents empirical studies focused on domestic political campaigns in Pakistan, India, and the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, offering new definitions and system-level insights. Chancellor, I present Hassan Mustafa to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Information Systems. Norwen Kong Tor Loan. Human behaviour is central to any policy challenge and often the ultimate measure of a policy's success. Lowen investigated both experimental and empirical evidence for how behavioural preferences in social contexts affect decision-making. Insights from her research inform effective policy design across both public and private sectors. Lowen continues to leverage her academic expertise to add value in her current professional role as a policy lead for a central government agency in New Zealand. Chancellor, I present Noen Kong Tor Lowen to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Economics.
You will notice that our new doctoral graduates have now moved to sit with the university staff. This acknowledges their academic achievement and welcomes them to the College of Academics. Homai anō te pakipaki. Before we move on to honouring the rest of our graduates, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Nick Smith. While this is not his last graduation ceremony, as there are 2 more tomorrow, this is his last Te Herenga Waka Victoria University graduation ceremony at the Michael Fowler Centre. Please join me in acknowledging him and wish him well for his new adventures at the University of Auckland. We now move to honouring graduates from Ōrauariki, Wellington School of Business and Government. The Chancellor will congratulate the graduates as they process. The Dean of the Faculty, Professor Jane Bryson, will announce each graduate. Associate Dean, students, Dr. Alan Sylvester, will present their certificates.
Will Executive Masters of Business Administration please come forward? Salome Shambost. Arama Davis. Will the Masters of Commerce please come forward? Wayne Keller. Madura Banerjee. Bharath Gopal. Tejo Lad. Sarah Paul. Andrea Fan. Ashley Donaldson. Will the Masters of Global Business please come forward? Bilbil. Prajakta Chavan. Jianyong Chui. Madhura Goda. Shi Yi Tong. Will the Masters of Information Studies please come forward? Sarah Boyd. Lindsay Houston. Hannah Jenkin. Thomas Liggett. Annabelle Manderson. Katrina Monaghan. Sophie Van Wyk Roseman. Hannah Wigmore. Will the Masters of Professional Accounting please come forward? Gayani Sulachana Abegonawunda Werasinga. Mazen Abi Alvarez. Arnold David Vargas. Srimali Razadiri Arayasri. Avla de Souza. Wandana Baheti. Teng Ban. Sanjeev Bhatta. Brianna Buller. Parut Buachum. Jonah Salino. Boudica de Gurigay Pereira. Subeksha Dakal. Sudha Dakal. E. Han. Chloe Nimasha Sanduni Fernando. Vinay Garg. Clint Clifford Gonzalez. Rosen Gupta. Neil Hamilton. Bruce Herr. Shu Yu Shu. Ryan Huang. Zara Iqbal. Alicia Jagat. Aben Joes. Jis Maria Joes. Anusha Katiwada. Kopana Kotri. Anwin Kunyu Kunyu Kuti. Chang Yu Lee. Yinan Liao. Eric Liu. Jia Lu Mong. Rupesh Nipane. Zhebek Najilskaya. Juvelin Obgier. Shanika Pale Daivege. Regina Patek. Suman Piata. Kaviraj Rajaratnam. Ramandeep Kaur. Saskia Rice. Gayatri Samani Sarachandra. Pratibha Saravanan. Honey Sharma. Zodi Somora. Jenna Song. Catherine Stewart. Yu Sia Swin. Midden Thomas. Sanju John Varghese. Vidu. Scott Walsh. Xiang Wang. Xiao Yozhou. Will the Masters of Professional Business Analysis please come forward? Ash Falco. Ranjita Kaur. Michael Lunardi. Himaja Mahesh Reddy. Krishnakant Mohankant. Will the Masters of Public Administration Executive please come forward? Charlene Horn. Setifano Siu Mageli. Beck Sullivan. Will the Masters of Public Management please come forward? Bartul Chaganani. Lian Liu Ye. Hannon Ewan. Will the Master of Public Policy, also receiving a graduate certificate in Commerce, please come forward? Han Jame. Will the Masters of Public Policy please come forward? Gu Hong She. Mia Kang. Jess Ludgett. Sharpei Shu. Will the Bachelors of Commerce with Honours, also receiving a Bachelor of Commerce, please come forward? Mackenzie Dyer. Luke Williams. Will the Bachelors of Commerce with Honours please come forward? Daniel Hanna. Benjamin Stubbing. Alice Simons Edwards. Will the Bachelor of Commerce, also receiving a Bachelor of Laws, please come forward? Madeline Kewen. Will the Bachelors of Commerce, also receiving a Bachelor of Science, please come forward? Danielle Benaki. Sheetal Dyer. Will the Bachelors of Commerce please come forward? Bhagya Abesingha. Isaac Adams. Isla Adams. Daniel Ackerblom. Omar Ali. Ruby Allen. Demi Araboglis. Rue Archer. Jack Arcus. Cody Arkenstall. Rosie Arthur. Alexia Ascari. Regan Atkins. Molly Austin. Aim Ayala. Charlotte Bakes. Rachel Bakos. Jess Ballantyne. Nick Barnes. Naren Barrett. Henry Behrman Riddell. Caleb Beasley. Ryan Becker. Blake Benge.
Our first interlude this afternoon is a performance by the Te Koki New Zealand School of Music String Quartet. The string quartet members are Tomas Christie on cello, Shanita Sangsuan and Ava Dowsett Farmer on violin and Solis Ward on viola. They will play a couple of toe-tapping tunes that our parents and grandparents may recognise. E te whakamininga, o mai te pakipaki, please welcome the string quartet. Tēnā koutou. Thank you to Mas, Shanita, Ava and Solace for those songs that reflect our graduates' journey today, where there ain't no mountain high enough, and we hope that they leave here and rule the world. Let's give another round of applause. Now, from our episode of Bridgerton to the graduation, the Pro-Chancellor, Pania Gray, will now congratulate graduates from Orowariki, Wellington School of Business and Government. The Head of School of Economics and Finance, Associate Professor Toby Dalglish, will announce each graduate. The Head of School of Management, Professor Todd Bridgman, will present their certificates.
Chancellor. Will the Bachelors of Commerce please continue to come forward? Johanna Bihon. Barnaby Bird. Esme Bizari. Laura Botham. Brian Boussard. Neve Brady, sorry. Courtney Bridewell. Daniel Bridge. Nico Brown. Toby Brown. Shanil Anlat Bumali. Max Burdes Cyprus. Sophie Byrne. Joshua Butterfield. Molly Cashmel. Sophie Calder. Alex Cameron. Grace Candy. Ryan Carter. Jade Catchpole. Harrison Cater. Hugo Cooey. Minju Cha. Jamie Chamberlain. Tiffany Chu. Amy Cloak. Harrison Coates. Lucy Coates. Olivia Coates. Mia Cobham. Caitlin Columbus. Reed Connolly Bright. Brennan Cooper. Shelby Corbett. Jessica Corney. Joe Corrigan. Jack Cranshaw. Josh Cudby. Neha Dyer. Kelsey Daldorf. William Davey. Caleb Davidson. Serenity Davies. Ivani Desai. Nihal Diva. Prakriti Dakar. Angus Doddridge. Lani Mae Dolan. Kate Donkin. Aidan Doran. Camila Espinoza Duarte. Charlie Duncan. Indy Durant. Joshua Edwards. Isabel Elson. Rachel Fairbairn. Will Ferrier. Yuval Fink. Dan Forrest. Liam Forward. Lourdes Fova. Ruby Fowler. Leith Franks. Connor Frith. Luna Fukuchi. Ishan Gandhi. Jordan Gard. Jordan Giblett. Eloise Gibson. Oliver Gilbert. Flynn Gilbertson. Zachary Gilligan. Madison Glasgow. Alfie Goldfinch. Jaden Gomes. Thomas Grant. Georgia Gregory. Ben Grenfell. Jessica Guernsey. Chloe Gutschlag. James Hall. Ailish Hannah. Lucas Hannah. Jade Hansel. Dane Hargreaves. Nodanisha Harizi. Richard Harnett. Shada Harper. Jack Harris. Max Harvey. Flynn Hay. Colbert Hang. Abby Hewitt. Ewan Hay. Macy Hill. Caden Holcroft Lua. Thomas Hooper. Maya Hoskins. Brooke Hoskins LaFay. Benjamin Hunter. Sabine Ireland. Martin Irenko. Danielle Isara. Adam Haikal Iswan IR. Emma Jarvis. Oliver Jarvis. Corey Joe. Connor Johnston. Janea Jolie. Andrea Euster. Abel Kajendra Seelan. Hannah Kanaida. Nicola Catriona Kennedy. Wael Khan. Susie Kilmister. Finnegan Kirkcaldy. Amy Clapf. Georgia May Knight. Tiffany Coe. Harry Kovacs. Ashank Gaur Kumar. Risha Kumar. Jada Lalu. Brody Lander. Chawanya Lautepiptak. Lai Hing. Kate Lay. Rosie Lair. Ji-won Lee. Maxwell Leonard. Jay Leong. Penny Lee. Daniel Dwiseptian Lim. Abigail Lim. Toby Lim. Hee Tong Lin. Hong Zhe Lin. Natasha Lind. Kylie Linthwaite. Samantha Lusk. Yen Chi Lu. Ray Lyons. Archie MacDonald. Jack MacDonald. Caitlin Leatham. Angus McFarlane. Sasha McGregor. Josh Mahoney. Sano Malifa. Quinn Marshall McCaskey. Jack Masters. Caleb Matira. Zach Mathewson Booth. Julia Mounts. Finn Mayonek. Emma Sophie McGregor. Rory Mackay. Sarah McKinnon. Christina McLennan. Kyla McShane. Mohammed Noor Hisham Madharan. Daniel Mead. Ritik Mehta. Dhruv Menon. Christina Messini. Harrison Miller. Elisa Malloy. Gavin Moon. Lexi Moore. Karina Morar. Serena Musa. Gwyneth Eaton. Monica Ning Lam. Caitlin Nang Boyle. Min Nguyen. Sang Nguyen. Alice Nichols. Abigail Jane Ninham. Raghavi Niranjan. Ritmoni Nove. Matrani Nundlol. Tess O'Neill. Holly Owen. Rosie Owls. Vili Parley. Ethan Parlending. Will Patchett. Rajveer Patel. Rihanna Patel. Risha Patel. Sunil Patel. Umi Patel. Vivek Patel. Pro-Chancellor.
Our second interlude this afternoon is a performance by the Te Herenga Waka Victoria University of Wellington Tongan Students Association. Please join me in welcoming Stallions to the stage.
taha ua tolu. Mahina katoa he mahana, pasina e kano mea matamana. Hina katoa he ahana, pasina e kano mea matamana. O e tala noa noa kahaka, ki a whine o kutori e ilala. Tāna ki a te mua o papata, fui fui o te siuri moana. O manoa e sia re tafa, ua oko mosi o tomatana. Aue ae, ai tamake, talaki tofua, me molate, e katalo, tatamove, oe kiaki, oe siupe. Aue ae, ai tamake, tokakahe, meteleniane, taramao, teretite, oe whaiangaia, e tue tue. Ao ao fia tuku tuku loa, o logia isi i whalahora. E whatai o e ritu whakanoa, o e sisi o unu aki o tona. Na e tui i loto tuku alofa, whakawaka i he maonia, o whomani e whakaotusia, ua ia na ake lirika. Aue ae, ai tamake, taki tafa, me molate, e tatalo, tatapone, oe kiaki, oe siupe. Aue ae, ai tamake, tokakahe, meteleniane, taulamao, teretine, oe whaiangaia, e tue tue. Tue!
Malo Opito Stallions. The Chancellor will now congratulate further graduates from Oro Ariki Wellington School of Business and Government. The Dean of the Faculty, Professor Jane Bryson, will announce each graduate. The Head of School of Information Management, Dr. Maya Karalich, will present their certificates.
Will the Bachelors of Commerce please continue to come forward? Jack Paulson. Renee Payne. Emily Penrose. Eugenio IV Perez. Logan Perrott. Christopher Peterson. Min Pham. Andrew Filippo. Abby Phillips. Henry Pickering. Ronelle Petase. Vince Pinpin. Catherine Joy Plom. Tanusha Podiapuhami Mudayan Salage. Muskan Prasad. Melissa Prentice. Emily Puller. Oliver Pyatt. Alice Raia. Anushka Ram. Simran Rania. Jaden Rankin. Hardik Rawat. Isabella Rawlinson. Natalie Rayner. Oliver Raynor. Sam Reddix. Hayley Ryer. Mano Renuganda. Ava Robbie. Alicia Roberts. Jax Robertson. Georgia Robertson. Brooke Grace Elizabeth Robinson. Ed Roddick. Aidan Rodriguez. Hugo Roy. Emily Ryan. Tara Saki. Oscar Sanford Jury. Alex Saunders. Michael Saw. Alana Sayer. Cruz Scott. Damatia Shayla. Hannah Shepherd. Leona Sharon. Charlie Shipman. Erica Shiraiwa. Owen Sidley. Vincent Silva. Nate Symes. Sinead Simpson. Grant Slack. Julian Smith. Zachary Smith. Ella Stevens. Aidan Stevenson. Isaac Stewart. Hayden Stewart. Julia Stone. Victoria Stowers. Alexandra Stubbs. Jessie Sullivan. Chanwatana Sun. Jacob Sutherland. Namira Aishia Zulkarnain Sood. Dia Taylor. Ta'ifono Tamati. Josephina Tamu. John Tapper. Abby Taylor. Indy May Taylor. Campbell Teo. Stella Thompson. Riley Tiffin. Hermione Tihori. Gabriel Tinian. Toby Todd. Lachlan Norman Tong. Jaden Try. Ayana Tuason. Ethan Tuffin. Melissa Tullock. Alex Turnbull. Emma Turvey. Jimmy Valentine. Devlin Van Duyn. Zoe Van Gruning. Sadilsa Vela Gurovic. Joseph Vincent. Wa Trung Nam Fung. Wilson Vong. Nicholas Votchakov. Taylor Walsh. Brianna Walter. Otto Ward. Taylor Watkins. Sienna Watson. Ella Watson. Tamara Wardby Johnson. Brooke Whelans. Billy Wellborn. Beth Wells. Mia Jade Wells. Emily Whitey. Amy Whitney. James Wilkinson. Hazel Williams. Rachel Williams. Alyssa Wilson. Hannah Windle. Noah Withers. Kaylin Wong. Keisha Wong. Jasmine Woodward. George Wright. Jing Wen She. Leah Ye. Samantha Yee. Rosie Young. Ahmed Yusuf. Sharif Zaman. Angeline Zeng. Jackie Zhao. Susanna Zielinska. Thomas Zlatkov. Will the postgraduate diploma in Information Studies please come forward? Tom Croskery. Will the graduate diplomas in Commerce please come forward? Winter Gabre. Don Heald. Artit Singasawan. Kaisamon Tiphavong. Will the postgraduate certificates in Public Management please come forward? Mariam Amini. Nick Anderson. Cherry Balute. Alice Hadfield. Liza Kira. Chantal Coe. Peter Kruger. Hannah Lamore. Destiny Moses. Kayana Shaw.
Traditionally, each graduation ceremony features an address by one of our newest graduates, who speaks on behalf of their peers. This honour is awarded to someone who, during their time at the university, has exemplified the qualities we seek to instil in all our graduates. This afternoon's address will be given by Keisha Wong, who has graduated with a Bachelor of Commerce, majoring in Commercial Law and Finance. Keisha has displayed academic excellence and a high level of involvement in faculty and university activities throughout her studies. She has been President of the Commerce Students' Society and Co-President of the Finance and Investment Club. Keisha has been an academic tutor for the Schools of Economics and Finance and Accounting and Commercial Law, and has also been a peer-assisted study session leader for several 100-level courses. She has been recognised for her contribution with the Wellington Plus Award for completing 250 volunteer hours within the university community. A highlight of university involvement for Keisha was organising a Women in Finance mentorship program, which helped many students learn more about the industry, gain a better sense of direction, and even land jobs. Keisha is currently working as an investment banking analyst at Goldman Sachs with the aspiration of working abroad with the company. E te whakamenenga, ho mai te pakipaki, please welcome Keisha to give the graduate address.
Kia ora koutou. Good afternoon, everyone. Distinguished guests, faculty, friends, whānau, and of course, my fellow graduating class. In our first Econ 130 lecture, a wise Dr. Adrian Slack said, "Economics is the study of happiness." Now, at the time, I remembered thinking to myself, surely not. Seems a bit idealistic. However, the trend is clear as day in the data. Increasing GDP per capita by 1 percentage point disproportionately increases per capita satisfaction. I realise now that at the time, I had a very narrow view on what studying commerce meant. In our studies, we spend countless hours poring over the minute details, so much so that it can be easy to forget what those things are ultimately for. However, the longer I spent studying, the more I realised that the significance of data lies not in the outputs alone, but rather the potential impact of this data. That is when I finally understood the significance of what Dr. Slack showed us. Because commerce was never really just about profit margins, share prices, or target markets. It was about people, about understanding how people behave, what they desire, what they fear, what motivates them, and ultimately, how we can create something that fundamentally provides value in their lives. Somewhere along the way, though, it's easy to lose sight of that bigger picture. As students, it's easy to become consumed by grades, internships, networking, and the pressure of figuring out what comes next. We spend so much time focused on the next short-term goal that we really stop to ask ourselves what life we are actually building towards. And now, as graduates, we're forced to confront it. We are stepping into a world changing faster than ever before, a world where we are already seeing traditional job vacancies slashed due to AI, and the integration of technology that is fundamentally changing the way we work and the value we can provide. It's easy to look at all of that and wonder where we fit in. However, I actually think this creates an incredible opportunity for our generation. Because while technology is becoming better at producing answers, the real value we bring is in our humanity. The qualities that become the most valuable are deeply human ones: judgment, empathy, creativity, leadership, integrity, and the ability to genuinely connect with other people. And do you know what the good news is? These are the exact qualities that Te Herenga Waka, Victoria University of Wellington, has given us. The graduates in this room have not simply learnt how to mindlessly copy and paste outputs from ChatGPT, but rather how to think critically about the question at hand, communicate our ideas, challenge assumptions, and be creative in our responses. Those skills matter more now, not less. And importantly, these qualities are not developed alone. The irony is that while we often think university is about building knowledge, much of what we will carry forward with us in our lives was actually built outside of the lecture theatre. In fact, perhaps the most important thing at all we gained at university is our connection to the people sitting beside and around us. This community will continue far beyond today, even if we don't realise it yet. Years from now, we will reconnect in ways we cannot predict. We will run into each other in office buildings, in airport lounges, cafes, boardrooms. Some of the people in this room will become leaders in business, law, government, entrepreneurship, and industries that may not even exist yet. I hope each of us does our part to nurture this community, foster it, and leverage it when we need it most. So, as we leave this chapter behind, I hope we remember the bigger picture. I hope we think deeply about our work and build and foster meaningful relationships in the process so that we can fundamentally enhance people's lives. If economics really is the study of happiness, economics, and perhaps commerce more broadly, was never really the study of business alone. It was the study of people. The lives we hope to build, the communities we belong to, and the impact we choose to have on one another. Thank you, and once again, congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Keisha. This afternoon's been a celebration of your achievements and is a formal acknowledgement of your admittance to the community of scholars at the university. Although you may have completed your association with Te Herenga Waka Victoria University of Wellington as a student, you are now officially a valued member of the university's alumni community, and we look forward to staying in touch. Our most distinguished alumni share our pride in your success and have a few words of wisdom that they would like to share.
Congratulations to all of you. Graduating is a significant milestone in your life, and it's one you'll always remember. He kōrero whakamihi anō, ngā manakitanga pai mo o mahi he whakamua.
You've made it. Congratulations. What a huge amount of work you've gone through to get here. Take a moment to soak it all in, all of that hard work, all of those long nights. Go and make some change and make this world a better place.
You're coming into the world in a very exciting time, but also a very challenging one, where fundamental change is happening all around us. We need innovative solutions, fresh thinking in order to navigate this period. Embrace that challenge. I look forward to seeing the impact that you make.
Now look, if I hadn't got my degree from this amazing institution, I would never have become a teacher. If I hadn't become a teacher, I would never have accidentally become a movie star and then a D-grade New Zealand celebrity. So you never know where your degree is going to take you. A, don't be a dick. B, if you get an opportunity, always say yes, even if it's something that kind of freaks you out a little bit, because you'll always learn something. So kia kaha, kia ora, and well done.
Congratulations on graduating. It's a huge achievement, especially for those of you who are first in the family, like I was decades ago. Not everything's likely to go to plan, but that's what makes things interesting and exciting. The main thing I reckon is to stay true to yourself. Follow your passions, care for others and the environment, stay interested and engaged, and know your history. Whatever you've got planned, karafiua, give it heaps.
Talofa lava graduates, none of us can make our way in the world on our own. We all need like-minded people to walk beside us and to inspire us, to show us what's possible. Te Herenga Waka opened doors for me early in my career. I got a chance to find my feet in the world and find my voice. I've gone from strength to strength since then, and so will you. Congratulations for what comes next.
How wonderful. I remember being you, celebrating this day with my whānau and my friends, and being so proud of what I'd done. But you know what? I wasn't quite sure what was coming next. And that's the exciting thing. What you're about to achieve, oh wow, who knows? Have the bestest time. Go hard. Be you. Be authentic. Can't wait to see what you achieve. See you there.
Congratulations, it's the big day, so enjoy the steps that follow. You know, what was important for me is there was a bedrock of really solid experience gained here at Vic and just a passion for learning that's still with me 45 years later. All the best.
I'm one of you. I graduated from Victoria University as well, and it's much more than a club once you get out into the world. It's a whānau. It's a whānau of people that are able to achieve and have massive adventures just like me. Graduating from Victoria University changed my life, and it can change yours too. And just remember one thing, life is for living. Don't waste it.
Kei ngā whānau, kei ngā hoa, kua tai tātou ki te mutunga o tēnei whakapōtaitanga. Whānau and friends, here today, we have come to the end of the formal graduation ceremony, and I'm sure you would agree with me, it's gotten a few degrees hotter in here. No? Not a good one? Okay. Worked on the last crowd. To honour the achievements of our graduates, please stand while both the official procession and the procession of graduates leave the auditorium. E tū. Okay, I have one more thing. Can I also ask you to take out your phones, turn on the torch, and let's light up this auditorium and celebrate to the songs of Pacifica tunes. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.